Okay. Um, Today we're going to run through the reality kung fu. Right? There's actually three types of martial art. You know, one is sports martial art. It doesn't matter how they want to jazz it up and cage fight and extreme and so on. They're sports. They have a round, how many minutes? They have a referee. They have rules and so on. And today we're going to forget about it. And there's theatrical martial art that, you know, Jet Li and so on, they flip around and so on, and they fly through all these stories buildings. Right. So we're going to forget about it. We're not going to teach you guys how to do that. Today we deal with reality. Reality. So we're going to run through some basics, but we look at the first thing first, right? How do you approach a hostile communicator? You know, you got to go out and talk to this guy. So a lot of people, they would go up like this, or if they are a little bit nervous, they will fold their arms and so on. And the little bit, because you are in very close vicinity of this hostile person, right? So I would advise you that go back to our strategy, the fighting strategy, that you watch the leading elbow and you control the elbow and go to the blind side and fight on the blind side. So firstly, because you're looking at his elbow, so because he's pointing a finger at you. So you go up there. So you got to protect your center. So you go up there. You're looking down. It's good. Because you're looking down, that you're not aggressive. So you might be able to talk yourself out of it. And so you control this elbow. So you go up there, you control this elbow. Right? So that means I'm going to give you some drills that improve your reflexes. So you don't have to worry about if he swings at you. He cannot just jab you from here because I'm controlling you. So he swings at you, right? He swings at you. I didn't even have to look. But I could look. I could look here. I don't, because from the point of contact, the contact reflex is about 0.05 of a second. That means from this point, as soon as he makes the move, 0.05 a second, I know exactly what he's going to do. Right? If you're good, 0.04. We actually have a club called the 0.01 club. I'm going to show you. I'm going to let you know how you're going to join this club. Right? 0.01 club, that means you will never lose. You always win. Because you are 0.01 ahead of everybody else. All right? So you go up there, and then you're looking down, which is a very, very good pose in a close range. Then you swing at that one, right? So you already in a very good position, right? So you rely on your contact reflexes, right? I'm going to let you try this out, and then I'm going to give you some drill. So within 10 minutes, 15 minutes drill, you will find the improvement, you know, from this, right? Because it's not natural. In Wing Chun, nothing is natural, right? Because we think with both sides of the brains. Most people think we're one side or the other side. So I'm here, and he comes in, right? And then pressure points. So you are on the blind side. You're watching the leading elbow, right? So if he's on this side pointing because he's ready to throw punches with his, about 85% of people are right-handed. So you go up here. It doesn't matter. Don't be afraid to go up to supporting arm. Don't be afraid. And it's the same principle. If he, it's the same principle, right? You're on the blind side, right? So we have something very, very basic first, right? Either on this side, so you walk up, you're not pointing finger, you're not yelling, you walk up, you control this, right? Then you're watching the other arm, right? So is the jaw or the face? Probably not the face because he'll be bleeding on top of on all of this. So you don't want that. So you want to clean the jaw here, right? Okay. So this just two simple moves. Just two simple moves, right? But control the leading elbow, right? You control it with the back of your hand, right? Like this in the wood dummy. Okay, you do that one. Control the back. So you go up here, right? All right? Good. Yeah. Parallel arm Chi Sao, right? So parallel arm from here, I'm on the outside. So I slipped in here, right? So it's like, so I'm on the outside, I slip in here. So already almost on the blind side, right? So from here, if he swings that one, see, I'll turn this around and you can see that. So I make contact here first, right? I make contact here first. Then I use this, right? Just simulate what we were doing. And then he swings it here, right? Then you on the blind side, all right? If I'm here, right? If he throws this punch, right? I just go in here. I just go in here, all right? If he throws this punch, right? So your guard is here in the center here, right? So you use the bones out first, and then slip in here like a futsal, all right? So when you're here, he swings this one, right? So you move in, you take this across on the wrist, right? Don't take it here, it will touch you. It won't hurt you, but you don't want, So you want the complete control, right? Okay. So from here, you go in, right? So you're here, you slip down here, and he swings that one, right? And so you have complete control when you're on the blind side. Once you control the elbow, right? See, it doesn't matter how big they are. You only fight one point. Two things. Who's the biggest guy in here?
Where's Gamel? Gamel!
All right. I think she's probably average small. Right. Okay. So I'm going to show you something, right? Can you see? I'm going to get out of the way. So, yeah, you're using your left hand. Grab hold of here. Where you want him to go? Go there. No, you don't need two hands. Oh, all right. Use this one. Use this one. All right. Two fingers. Move him. Yeah. Push him over there. Right. Two fingers. So you're probably 3 times her size. So from here, that's very powerful because the leverage, right? His leverage from this point here is this long, and your is from this long. So you must be about 5 times, at least 5 times or 7 times. I don't know the mathematics, but you can make this person move anywhere. Right? Later on, we will show you some technique about escorting. You're going to take somebody out, You have a private party. You don't like this person. You want him 3 times, silently, and you take him out. You take him out from here. Take him out from here. Right? Okay. But so what we're going to do is, so you're here. You come down here. It doesn't matter because your guy is here. It doesn't matter. He cannot. He has to come around to hit you. Right? So that's what we're training. So if you come around and, or you come around and shoot here, right? Because your guard's here, it doesn't matter. So you have to come around my arm to shoot like that, right? Okay? Right? Then, see? And I'm moving with 2 fingers. All right? So you want to practice this. You start off from here, right? You practice this. You practice this, right? You can use bong sao. You can use this bong sao. It doesn't matter because this arm had to retreat. So when it retreats, they give you information. All right? Okay? So from here, either bong or four. It doesn't matter. Right? Okay? So he swings the other arm. Right? Swings the other arm. Okay? So if he's too high, you pull him down. All right? Okay. All right, let's try that the drill. Okay? No, you. No, you too big. Okay. So you're going to go up to see, talk to 3 guys, right? So this guy in the middle is basically your main adversary. But if I go up to talk to him, guess what happens? I'm going to be in trouble because they already surrounded me. You let them surround you. All right? So, how do we situate this? Maybe we situate it this way. Maybe we can see it. Yeah, you go to this. So you go to the extreme outside of this group. So you walk up there. I'm going to go in. So I'm going to talk. He makes a move. You're going to finish this guy. See how I come around? Mm-hmm. So at all times, I have them in my view. If you cannot see it, you can't do anything about it. Right? You don't have a script. They don't have a script. It's not like a movie. Right? In a movie, they're standing in the middle and come on one by one. But in reality, you want to get them in front of you. So I'm here, or I'm here. That's what I want to start. So any of them make a move, right? Now, because if you come around there, I got to come around here. Right? I'm not, right? So how you do it is common sense. You must have them in your view. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. And you don't go in the middle here, right? So you're here, and then right? You take one out first, right? See the throw. The throw, you can probably kill somebody with 25 pounds of force in the throw, right? So you just jab or hit or here, right? So you're going to come back this way, but you could if I make a move a little bit faster. So he makes the move, bang, right? And already here. So he's down. He's still in my view if he's not that big. But you're going to come around the back, right? I show you what you should do is you knock this guy down, and then you come in here. See? you got to come in here, right? And so you must use your common sense. You must have them in your view and never cut in the middle. All right? So I want 4 of you in a group. Just walk it through first. And because don't put yourself in pressure. I want you to understand this is the strategy. You run through the strategy first, then you worry about the technical skill. Then you get the real things, get them to speed up. Try something different, right? Rather than from the first hit, you put yourself in pressure, right? Because later on we're going to show you how to deal with survival stress, combat stress. How to deal with it? You got to keep calm, right? So if you already got a strategy, you already got a plan, and you know this plan is worth success rate 80%, which is very good. But they only got 20%, 3 of them, and they divided by 3. It's only 7 and a bit, right? So it's not much good for them, right? So that's what you're trying to do, right? So walk it through first. You probably need a little bit more space, and maybe some of you have to get out there, right? And I will come around and show you. All right? Okay. And so that it will sort of magnify the effect of your stride, right? In fact, there's one point that is very, very good. That if you follow your eyebrow, at the end of the eyebrow there's a hole there, right? There's a breathing point of your brain. There's a big pressure point. If you're very smart, the hole's very big.
Can't find it. I gotta leave.
You have no worry. that is the they call it temple, right? But it's that one point there is very, very, a very powerful point, on those sides. Right? They're symmetric. So there are 32 meridians. Meridians like channels of energy flow, and they choke of them corresponding to your organs and bowels. And then the other 8 meridians, only 2 of them have points. The other 6 is communicating, from one meridian to the other, one point to the other point, and with your organs, with the other facility like your eye and your smell and all those things. So, because if you have read my book on Chi Power, it's very simple. I explained that you have the yin and yang. So the organs are the mother. The yang is the sun. There's the organ and the bowels. Anything that hollow, right? So the heart is the mother. The small intestine is the bowel. Like the large intestine is the son of the lung. So they're very strong relationship. Right? So people keep talking about qi, and the blood. The qi is the son of the blood. The blood is the mother of the qi. So qi is yin. Qi is yang. The blood is yin. Right. So that's why you move the qi, the blood will move. Or you hurt the qi, the blood will get hurt. Right? So that's why. So if you stop this point here, and it's ripple effect that going out there. Right? So there's 3 points along the ear here, 3 points, are very, very, very vital, very important, right? And then you got this point here, and you got the throat, this point here, this point here. But the throat itself, because you know, it's very easy to get broken. So once it's broken, the person cannot breathe properly. You might have to bite the hole and put a straw there, so you can breathe out completely, right? And there's 2 points in here, right? So they are very, very vital points. So that's what you aim at, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you some drills. Yeah, you use Phoenix knuckles. So make sure it's aligned when you hold it. Make sure it's aligned with your arm, right? Not like that, because the stride itself is very, very short distance that we're using. So you have no time to make adjustments, right? As soon as you hold it, you have to stride, right? Okay. So one of the ways to develop these, I don't mean you do it now. You do push up, and you do push up, right? And you develop this. But that's one way. But another way is you just hit that point there, or hit it with this knuckle here, right? Hit it with this knuckle. All right. So we're going to do some drills that say you're here, say you're here, right? You hit it with this knuckle. Hit it with this, right? So you're going to do some drills, right? Alright. So you're using this point to create the path, create the accuracy, right? Create the accuracy, right? So let's do some drills, right? So you get the balls out here, laps out here. So you create using that to create. All right. So we do some drill. You get up now, and then we're gonna have more fun later. One of the most important thing is when you're on the blind side. The thing that you have to watch out for is the spinning back fist, because he moved away, spinning back fist, or spinning back elbow, or spinning back hip. So we're going to deal with the spinning back fist, spinning back elbow first, right? So you're here, so you swing around, right? So you block it from there, you step back, see how I step back? So I pin him there. You got tons of time, you cannot get out from there. Come on, get out. Oh. Right? So you pin him there, right? So you pull this elbow to here. Right? So you pin him there. Right? So you go from here, right? Right? So you pin him there. Alright? So here is, you can move the other arm. Here. So you, yeah. So I want you to practice that. So from here, right, there we go. From here, right. So try to recognize your distance. You got to dictate your distance when you control, right? You don't want to be too close, right? This is comfortable for me, right? It may not be comfortable for anyone else, right? But you know, I like this. Do you like it? So you use the sensitivity, the reflexes, right? When he takes that, because that can be as short as 0.2 of a second. Right? So you have to react to it very quickly. So from the point of contact. Right? Okay. Right? So I'm here. He swings around. I'm here, right? So I'm here. And I like to come almost in the middle here. Right? Almost in the middle here. And also you can use this arm to make the support. I mean, not necessarily you have to hold on to him, you can hit him to make sure you got the right angle. Yeah? So it's here that what you want. But if this arm's too close, you're not locking him, you're not pinning him. But so you are basically I want to be here because he shifted. Right. Okay, I want to be here. Right. So from here, then you pin him. He's in the middle here. Right. So from here. Okay. So that is very, very important because you could, from here, you could actually pin him down from here like this. Right? So you got the wrist, the elbow, like an arm break. Right? So from here it's very hard for you to do anything. Right? Okay. All right. So trying to find the angle. So you middle of his back. Right, this triangle. All right. Okay. To let the instructor introduce themselves. Right. So maybe how are we going to do it? Because you shouldn't be when you look at this. Yeah.
Block off half of it.
On the side.
Actually, my back. Okay.
So this is the marking. All right. So can you come up and tell them who you are?
I am Dino Mantis. I am part of
There's a camera here, guys.
Camera. Yeah, you guys are in front of
Sorry
the
about
camera.
it.
I'm Dino Mantis. I am part of People Keep School. I've been with them, I guess, since 1997, 96, somewhere around there. And
Oh, thank you.
I'm Tifu Dalroy Flood. I'm from Bermuda. I've been training Grandmaster for 23 years, and been loving every moment of it.
I'm Sifu Milan Kesik. I'm from Chicago. I'm in martial arts for 25 years. I trained Wing Chun for 18 years, and I'm originally from Europe, in Serbia. So I started over there and continued in this country.
Tell us the trip that you come to a seminar. You guys say, oh look, I drove 4 hours. Tell us the story that you come to one of the seminars. That how long and where you came from and.
Okay, we got rehearsed for a seminar in Italy, and we drove for 17 hours, just straight to come to see Grandmaster, and
Because your country was in war with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Always in war.
obviously we're and plus we got a very hard time to get a visa, and we must go. Actually, I organized all these things to come to see Grandmaster, and I all the time called the master in Italy to bring us all information to get a visa. All the time called the embassy. As soon as we got it, we got a hard time to collect the money. And we didn't have enough money to pay for a plane ticket, and we used to go to a car, a small car. We got 5 people, just drive. And 17 hours as soon as we drive right over there, straight to the seminar. Thank you.
CPR Camille Spencer.
Hey, that's walking
Sorry.
over
Chief
there.
Camille Spencer from Baltimore. I've been studying martial arts for 37 years now, and Wing Chun is just going on my 10th year.
Come on.
Hi, I'm Sifu Hassan Hercule. I've been training martial arts under Master Redmond since 1979. Master Redmond met Grandmaster Cheung in 1983. We completely stopped whatever we were doing and started training traditional Wing Chun with Grandmaster since 1983. I was invited by Grandmaster Cheung to be the chief instructor at his world headquarters in Melbourne a couple of years ago. I don't know, I love the system. Not going to stop. Doing it ever since, and hope I didn't bite my tongue.
Hey, tell us how you win that big platinum chain from the rap.
I lived in LA and taught in LA for a while, and I was in the entertainment industry for a while, so I did some security for some entertainment people. Ended up running into Chemo from the UFC. I'll make the story kind of short. So I run into Chemo, and Chemo,
I know Chemo.
you know Chemo, right? He's a big guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
With the big cross.
Huge.
So he's with his trainer, who's this 18-foot guy from Australia, right? Probably that, clearly. And I walk out, and the guy says, "Oh, you're some type of martial artist or something?" I said, "Well, yeah, yeah." I said, "What's up?"
Yeah.
I said, "I do Wing Chun." He goes, "Oh, I've seen some Wing Chun before." I said, wait. You may have seen some Wing Chun. You didn't see the Wing Chun that I do.
That's right.
And he says, well, I don't know about that. The best guy in the world at Wing Chun for where I'm from, and that's William Chung.
There you go.
I said, oh, you know my grandmaster. He goes, he looks at Chemo and goes, oh, those guys. They don't fight fair. So he comes to me, he taps my arms and goes, oh, so you're a tough guy? I said, no, I'm a little guy. He goes, don't shit me, I know your master. So I end up doing some security with these guys and getting to touch hands with Chemo and, little tough guys in LA. I don't want to brag. But I used to touch hands with those guys and end up walking away with some of their jewelry.
His best friend, would go into the disco and challenge the toughest guy and take a side bet. But he didn't know anything.
I didn't know what was going on. So all this
So
time,
every time he goes in with this guy to a disco, and he end up fighting in the
I had no idea, literally for 5 years. I didn't know until 5 years later what really happened. So this whole time I'm going out with this guy to clubs, and the whole Chemo thing was another thing. He was talking to Chemo, and I walked out, so I had no idea what was going on. They had challenged
Chemo to fight him.
Yeah, they wanted me to fight. Yeah, thank you.
Did you get your cut? Did you get your cut after 5 years?
I don't know, I never got my cut. I didn't even know they were betting on me. I was pretty dumb, I guess. So eventually 5 years later, I found out this guy was, making money off of me fighting these guys in clubs. But we're still friends, it's okay. I always won, so it's okay.
So you know that one of the prerequisites to be a good Wing Chun fighter, you're going to be a bit stupid, right?
Oh, that's real good. I guess on that note. I'm Sifu Shaden Moore. I've been in traditional Wing Chun since 1986. I started off with Sifu Johnny Clayton of Baltimore. There we go, Sifu. And I did a lot of things before I got to Wing Chun, but the buck definitely stops here. It's been an incredible journey, and I tell my students all the time, I say the highest in the other systems, there's a lot of good Kung Fu out there. I don't believe it's bad Kung Fu, just bad Kung Fu practitioners. But at the highest levels, it seems like they try to become Wing Chun. Economy of motion, controlling the center, conservation of energy. So this is it right here. This is like the key that unlocks all the answers for me. That's what I was doing. So I've had a great time, and I look forward to
Hoorah.
My name is Sifu William Beck from Fort Washington, Pennsylvania.
Grandmaster, Mr. Mazza.
I've been doing martial arts for over 35 years. I started Wing Chun back in '91.
I climbed through the ranks to Provisional Master 4 through hard work. I owe it all to my teacher, Master Mazza, one of 2 closed-door students, and Grand Master, who's the leader of us all.
Well, you're bearing my name too. I give you back, huh?
Grand Master, and all my seniors, you know, Sifu Shannon, Master Clayton, all the guys, Sifu Vinny, everybody that's been here, they were all showing me the way about how to become a Wing Chun person. And along with Grand Master on top of it all, like everybody else said, you know, you can't get a better system, you can't get a better teacher than Grand Master. Grand Master told me once, he said, I may not be the best teacher, but what I do works 100 times out of 100 times. And when he said that, I said, but you are the best teacher, Grand Master. And because of that, we're all still here, we're all together, and I just want to thank you, C.W.
I'm Sifu Angelo Fodi from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I started martial arts in 1990 in Kempo Karate. I found traditional Wing Chun back in 1996 under Sifu Charles Bonas from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've been training and kind of learned as much as I can, and I appreciate all the help that all the Sifus have given me, Grandmaster Cheung has given me, and all the students here in New Jersey and throughout the other Wing Chun schools throughout the world. So, thank you.
I'm Sifu Vincent Wims. Been in martial arts longer than some of you have been born. So I've known Keith for over 30 years. I was fortunate enough to meet Grandmaster Cheung in 1984. That changed my whole life. That changed my whole way of looking at martial arts. This is the ultimate right here. I can tell you through all the experiences I've had. You don't know how lucky you are to have a master like this teaching you what he's teaching. I've said it once and I'll say it 100 times. I learn something every time I'm with this man. It's just unbelievable. He is the epitome of character and of martial arts as well. He teaches you how to live. It's not just the fighting that he teaches, which is paramount, but he teaches you how to live. He teaches you how to be a human being, which is more important than anything, as far as I'm concerned. His philosophy of life. You see him, he's always smiling, he's always happy. He's always, and the way he teaches embodies how a teacher should teach. He loves doing what he's doing, and he's teaching me to love what I'm doing. And I love teaching Wing Chun. I love this art. This art, believe it or not, saved my life in many ways, and it will save yours too.
I've been with the system since 1982. I'm 52 years old right now. I'm the most senior active guy that's doing Wing Chun amongst my other senior guys. I credit Grandmaster when I met him for teaching me this knowledge. He got me in a lot of given situations because he always say, try it on Johnny. And I had to do it. So, my Grandmaster, which I call him my adopted father, he adopted me, and I've been with him ever since. I'm still doing Wing Chun right now. I love him.
Tell us how you beat up Billy Blank.
Actually,
knocked him out twice, didn't he?
Actually, it was one of Billy Blank's students that, see, me and Billy, we made a pact with each other when we was fighting in the tournament, that whoever make it first, we was to help each other out. So he sent this student to fight me, so I'm fighting him. And the guy tried to do the Billy Blank's cartwheel. And when he went to do the cartwheel after the futsal, and he fell on his hip and tried to scissor my leg, and I stomped on him. Everybody ran out and everything, so he broke it all up. It was a big thing, then we got it all together. And then ever since then, So that's part of that, what I did to Billy Graham.
Come here. One other story I'd like to share with you, right? This is way back in 1983. 82.
82, right.
82, so long ago. And he came to my seminar in Vegas. You know, we're training at this casino, you know, with the hall there and so on. And he turned up like a day late. And then he's trying to tell me that he's been on a 3-day bus, and then the next day we're 1 week seminar, not like you guys that just do 3-4 hours. 1 week seminar, and he come 1 day late, and he want to go. I say, Johnny, why you only stay for 1 day? And he say, he come with the bus, 3-day bus, and then he got to go back and he got to go to work. I say, that's no good. Why don't you come fly? No money. I say, Johnny, come with me. So we went down to the gambling pit. So in front of the, there's a great big roulette table. And I say, Johnny, watch this, right? This is a $20 bill, right? I'm going to turn it into your air tickets. You're going back there. 1 bet, right? So what number did I put on?
16.
Number 16. So we stand there. The 16 came out. And he got his ticket back, and he stayed the whole week. So you got to be intuitive too when you do it. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm Seafood Philip Edmond. I've been doing martial arts since 1966. Vietnam to
You set
Okinawa.
up the camera.
Oh, Vietnam to Okinawa, and I met Grandmaster in 1983, and he's the best teacher. All I have to say. You are.
What happened in New York?
Oh.
That you know, they want me to tour with.
Which, there's so many things happened. I remember you almost beating up a guy at the UN. But, I
This magician. They wanted
David Copperfield.
They host the seminar.
Stephen Katz.
Yeah, Stephen Katz said they managed this big magician.
David Copperfield. That's how we.
Yeah.
When I met him in L.A., I tried to get him to come to New York, and he says, "I don't want to go to New York. It's too cold, too dirty. I don't want to go there." So my boss was rich, so we got him a contract to go to Broadway shows and get him a suite in the Pinta Plaza Hotel.
Yeah.
And he came to New York, and he's been coming to the East Coast ever since.
Wow. See, Stephen Katz wanted me to tour because their family is managing David
Copperfield, yes.
Want to do a kung fu and magic show, right?
Yeah, I remember now.
So you know, he actually flew me. I don't know whether he told me. He flew me to.
See that part of the story?
You know, to meet up with David.
With David Copperfield.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, but the man's a bit weird, so. So he had this hat and he comes in like this.
Oh, that's right, because he's a little out there.
Weird.
Yeah.
Little weird. So I said, no way, I'm gonna tour with this guy. So that's why I'm not famous.
You are famous.
No. One more story. I was showing Denmark pressure point hitting, and this guy probably just come out of the Marine. He said, "I've been hit with 2x4. I didn't even blink, and you tried to touch me with a finger and knock me out." And the whole day he was attacking me. I mean, whole morning. So I say, okay. I say, Philip, throw a punch at me. So I go, boom. So I hit him there.
I felt my knees buckle and pain went through.
And then he sat there.
Fell to the ground.
But he did lost some conscience because I remember because we broke for lunch. I remember that I went to the canteen to get somebody to get him some lunch, and we fed him.
But I know today I can touch that point, and I know exactly where.
So you know, you learn.
So I know it works. I know it works. Yes.
Did you tell us what time of day it was?
Yeah, your turn. There we go.
You guys know me, Sifu Keith, met Grandmaster back in 1983. I think I've been the chief designer of many of Grandmaster's projects, i.e. the Keith doll, still in production, takes a good beating, keeps coming back. I've just promoted to be his chief secretary.
Yeah. You don't have to wear lipstick when you come to work.
God, what do you say? You know, I've been around the world. I met a bunch of people. A lot of people say they're martial artists and masters, and me and some of my brothers, we've done some experimenting with other people. And there's nothing out there like Wing Chun. I mean, a lot of people say, well, you know, you do Wing Chun, you got to do this, got to do this. No. We've all fought people from all over the world. And all we've done is Wing Chun. So, without saying further ado, the only thing I can say is, if it wasn't for this man standing here, none of us would all be out of work. None of you guys be learning the greatest martial artist system in the world. I'm the greatest martial artist. So, Sifu, thank you so much.
I actually didn't get you guys to come out and say how great a guy I know how great I am. I want you to tell them, you know, how you start, you know, turning martial art, and you know, all the martial artists that taking you for a ride on the.
Oh yeah.
I actually, well, my name is Myron Young for you guys. I actually witnessed Keith in combat, and I don't want to embarrass you, but I'll go a little story. I was training in New York, and you know, the martial art world, every time there's a bunch of egos and tension, and I don't know if I should say any names or not, but we had a little tension with another school, and there was a lot of, yes, there was a lot of tension. I'll say names if I need, but we had this other school come and tearing our flyers off the wall and insulting Grandmaster, and it got to the point where we were fed up, and they were teaching right next door to our studio. So a bunch of us came down, and it was like, okay, we're going to go visit the studio. So it was Keith, a couple of other gentlemen, and there was another Sifu, Mike Mundy. We all went into their classroom, and it was like right in the middle of his teaching, the guy who was insulting Grandmaster and so forth, we were like, hey, what is your problem? We need to deal with this right now. And Mike was going to fight this gentleman, and the guy, I guess he wanted to bow out or just like try to make an excuse. He goes, nah, you're not on my level. The only guy I'll fight is Keith Mazza. Keith says, I'm Keith Mazza. And I was a novice at the time. I was just really watching.
there.
And yeah, and it was the quickest fight that I ever seen. He walked up, just injured, boom, 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 boom. And the best part is, after he hit the guy, there was a piano there. The guy fell and said, boom! C-sharp. And the guy was on the floor going, no, no. He was like, get out. He's like, no, no, no. It was the most incredible thing that I witnessed.
Well, I thought it was E note.
C-sharp, E natural, one of those.
Yeah.
Perfect 440.
We hadn't had any problems ever since, and I witnessed that, and I was just happy to be here.
I'm Bob Angel. Been training with Grandmaster since about 1990. And what I like best about the system, besides of course having the greatest Grandmaster, is that the system itself solves its own problems. I come to believe, and correct me if I'm incorrect, that all knowledge is ultimately self-knowledge. And what I learned from Wing Chun is my own shortcomings, not the system's shortcomings. It's a beautiful system. It's as full as you are prepared to let it be. And I'm prepared to let it be as full as it can be. Thank you very much.
Very good.
After all these lessons, number 16 works. All right, we're going to start doing something. Okay. So we're here, and then if we go from here, we take this, we take, right. So from here, check, here, right. You take this across, right. You can hit these 3 points, you can hit these 2 points, right. Okay. So from here, check, here, take this across. Right. So, or you can use spinning line. Here, here. Right. Okay. Right. So you have 拍手圈 and laugh, and you go there. All right. So you go. Okay. This. When you take the arm across, always take it on the wrist, right? So you can control it, either push down or push up, right? So you can control. Okay. All right. See, still got my mind. You are here. You from here. That's the defense. Right? Right. Watch the elbow. Remember I said, watch the elbow. Everything is finished. Right. All right. How easy it is. I actually painted it. If you want to use it, you're gonna pay 50 cents. Yeah, painted it. Watch the elbow fight on the blind side. Okay? Watch the elbow and control. All right? You can follow us.
Hey guys, if you want to come to dinner, hey, it's not mandatory. We should go out after the seminar.
You better let us know because they have to leave.
Please go over and see my wife over there and just say yay or nay. You don't have to say nay. Just if you want to go over so we can get a rough count of how many people we got to sit at the table for, okay?
Yeah. Okay. So for this counter, there's several counters that if they pin your, say if they pin your elbow here, you just continue with your movement. So you just continue with that movement. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Because by now you should realize that the push cannot hurt you. So when somebody push your arm, right, cannot hurt you. And you will take the brain, the brain is not very fast. Take the brain at least 0.2 of a second to think of, to decide what to do next, right? So that's why a lot of time that when people do that, you do a jab to the eye, tend this one to push you. Then when they push you, they expose the elbow. That's what you want. Sometimes you cannot. See, sometimes they do that, right? So because they do that, you cannot get to the elbow because you're trying to reach out there, it's going to hit you here. So you do that. So you get them to, so you come from this one here, come from this one. So because you push, I just use this force to take me around, so the catch is on, and then go to the outside. Right? Okay. Go ahead. Well, if you think that you want to have dinner with us.
Is it my last supper?
Okay, now we're going to do some applications. You know, what we're going to do. A lot of times that people like that, and then you just go in, jam this up, then you go to the blind side. So if they like this, right? You cannot go in here because he's going to hit you. So what you do is, maybe you go here, right? Let him push you, then his force is going over there. So remember, force only got one direction. That's why when the truck facing you, coming 100 miles an hour, you know it's going towards you, right? So here, right? So you go here, right? Okay. So if they're here, what you're going to do, you're going to hit the opening. He's going to hit you first because you just swing up and hit him. So what you do is, right? You hit him first.
Yeah. Thanks.
You hit here first, so he cannot do that flick, right? Then you follow through with pinning, then. Okay. So there, you go here, right? So he has to push you because you are entering in here, right? Okay. There, you just jam up. Just a little touch will do. Right. Here they were dancing around. Here, right? Or you hit him, but then you run out of partners. Right. So you go for this one. Go for the elbow. Right. Go for the elbow. Okay. All right. So let's try this. We have to save 15 minutes for survival stress management and comeback stress management. So we've got 20 minutes. What do you want?
Boxing combinations.
All right. Yeah. Good.
I think he should come out here.
See, the most important thing is you must follow your strategy. Right? Your strategy is you watch the elbow, control the elbow, fight on the blind side, right? And I want to show you something. Right? I want to show you. He's probably about 2 times stronger than me. Okay. So he punched from here. Nothing. Come on.
It's embarrassing.
Come on, it's nothing. All right? Okay. We're talking about this punch. Right? This punch. It's nothing. All right? So you punch from here. Whoa. Be careful. Yeah. So Wing Chun punch, you don't need preparation. You know why? It's physics. Physics, yeah, remember? Physics? That 30 years ago, you're sitting in the little table, and all you kids are looking at the blonde hair physics teacher's eyes. Physics. Because behind this punch is only the elbow, nothing else. Nothing else. Anything else? So that's why when they punch like that, they must use the shoulder. When you use the shoulder, you can only use one side of the body. When you punch like that, okay, what's behind it? The elbow, shoulder, the hip, the knee, everything is behind it. In Chinese Kung Fu, not just Wing Chun is sort of a little part of the Chinese Kung Fu. Everything comes from the ground. If you don't have a good stance, that you don't have the chi, the energy. So when you punch like that, your elbow, your shoulder, your hip, everything, you don't have to forcefully using it, right? So that's very important. So that's why we punch like that. And that's why we don't need preparations, right? So normally, when I set the world record on street punching, nobody understands. No, look, don't clap yet. It was done in MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. It was done in the laboratory with 2 scientists there. And they have a weight plate. And they have 3 cameras, one on this, one up there, one in front, one on the side. And each camera can take over 100 frames per second. Each camera, 100 frames per second. So they measure my punch. And they measure the speed of the punch as well as the power of the punch. So the punch cannot be more than, if you go and roll punch, your punch cannot be more than your body weight. You'll be lost balance anyway. If it's less than body weight, that means you're not actually going to the maximum, right? So every punch was equal to my body weight. And the reason I could do it because I don't need preparation. I don't need preparation, right? And yeah. So that's why Wing Chun punch is so powerful. So okay, so what we're doing is boxing. You go to the blind side. Why you box with people? Look.
I didn't ask the question. He did.
You're the host.
Blind side.
Oh, you're gonna get me later, right?
You just do a little kick and go in. Who cares? Next. Look, we're gonna do something like this, right? Try it, but no, it's just something that you don't see often that would catch you, right? So they're here, right? Basically, that they want to get you in a distance, so they can come in, or they can do a kick, or they can swing their arm on top of you, right? But if you can push this arm across, so make that arm coming around cross, and force them to spin around, and then we already done this one, right? So that's the best way. Go to the blind side, right? So it just, right? So pin him there. Go to the blind side. All right? Right? So don't wait for him. If you push this out, and he's going to go on top of you, and you got to have a very good build out to stop this. Right? So you have to guess whether this is coming on top or this is coming underneath. Right? So it's better you dictate the situation. Right? You understand what I'm saying? So go to the outside, right? And make him spin around. Right? So as soon as you touch them, they will spin around anyway. Right? Okay. All right? So it's like this. All right? Good. So if you were lying down, say if I were lying down and he was sitting on top of me, we're not going to do that. You can try that after we finish. So I'm still protecting myself. Right? So I'm still, see, usually people are right-handed. Usually, right? Not all the time, right? So you watch here, and you focus on here on the angle, right elbow, and using your peripheral vision to pick up the other, right? So when you punch, right? Right. So you do that, all right? Right. So go fast. Right. So this is to change. When you block here, is to change direction slightly because he was going to come hit you here, right? So you block here, so you'll be able to get your arm in there, right? So if he tries to hit that one, same thing, right? So if he does the elbow, right? Same thing, no difference. So you stop it temporarily, and then you change direction slightly, so you get on. Okay, so somebody grab a mat. Don't squash my glasses. I won't be able to sign checks. All right. So I'm here, and he's sitting up there, right? So I'm here, okay? Here it goes again. Right? So it's the same technique I'm showing you, right? The same technique I'm showing you, except I arch. So I'm allowed to arch because I bring my feet up like that. Right? Now you put that. So I take this arm, right? So I wrap this guy up. All right? So if he uses his elbow, it's the same thing. There's no difference. So then you ask, how am I going to train my eye to see so well? You're going to get my book, eye exercise, right? Same thing. There's no difference. There's no difference. You stop it temporarily, change direction. Right? So you don't actually fight force with force. All right? Yep. If he bites. You pray. Why would you let him see it?
Then I'm going to do this to you when you're out there.
Why would you let him?
Well, I didn't know the martial that you knew at the time. I didn't know Wing Chun yet, and you had me pin like this.
On his knees.
Well, you can still pray, right? No, see, that's why. See, if he push here, he's already committed the move. Why would you let him win? I'll show you. Say, if you're here, he's trying to move my elbow. He's already committed. Why would you let him hit you? My mobile number. Call me. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You're standing up. You can't do it standing up. You will not be able to do it lying there. Right? So you're here, here, here. Right? right? It doesn't matter, you jump, right? Or if he's using the elbow, same thing, right? You just stop it temporarily. That's all. To change direction, right? But of course, you know, if you let him pin you, I don't know, I've never been in that position. Let's stay away. Go.
I mean, I guess there's no limit for that. If you had my arms pinned.
You take one solid hit and bite his finger. All right, I mean, do the drill standing up.
I was hoping we really were.
Because of time that I cannot get into really detailed things, right? But some of the things that you probably, if you pay attention to athletes, professional athletes, they do that without knowing they're doing that. Right? Like swimmers, you know, when they come out, they always tap in the sternum. So by tapping the sternum, you stop the adrenal acid get to the heart. And boxers, when they come out, they do. Right? So that stops the adrenal acid get to the brain. For sort of a medium-term exercise that you have to do meditations, right? And I'm going to show you a very, very simple one that you probably see it, you know, in religious paintings or whatever. So is these three fingers? These three fingers. So you make this facing each other. Right? You don't need to touch. Actually. You don't need to touch. Because this is negative, this is negative. They repel. Right? They repel. So tongue touching the upper palate. Tongue touching the upper palate. So connect the front trunk and back trunk meridian. And once you stop thinking and you're into meditation, right? How many times when you're in primary school, probably in high school, and the teacher say, "Hey, Dino, wake up!" And you were watching looking at the trees and the leaves, and you were in meditation, right? And it's how easy it is. When you stop thinking, you're in meditation. You know, meditation is very similar to sleeping. When you stop thinking, you're sleeping or in meditation. Okay. So you listen to your breath. You stop thinking, right? You focus, listen to your breath. So you do that, right? And you can do 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. And then this one, this one is negative. That is positive. Negative, positive.
This is positive.
Sorry, this is the triple warmer. Triple warmer. That bow actually controls your body temperature. So that's why they come out and do that. So you can sit down, you can stand up, and you can lie down. It doesn't matter. So you listen to your breath, tongue touching the upper palate, right? So that the connects the front trunk meridian and the back trunk meridian. So these two, will give you control. Will give you control for your breathing, give you control of your heart rate, and so when you're going to go on much more practice. Any questions?
You said that these are both negative,
yeah.
and This is
this one
positive.
is positive.
Does one speed up, one slow down?
No,
or
no,
they-
no.
They both slow down?
Well, it's just like a magnet. You put the magnet negative to negative, they repel. Negative to positive. No, negative to negative repel. Negative to positive, they attract. So the Qi, right? I already explained the Qi is the sun of the blood. The Qi is positive, right? But it's not the same positive as this positive. So you stimulate the flow of Qi, then you stimulate the blood, then you start this meditation that actually had some sort of ripple effect to do with your your heart rate. There are a lot of literature written that when your heart rate gets to 110 beats per minute, when you're under pressure, you start losing complex motor skills. And when the heart rate goes up to 145 beats per minute, this is adrenal-induced heart rate, right? So you start losing finer motor skills, right? Then when your heart rate goes to 170 beats per minute, which it doesn't take long, bang, you can straight away, the body induce the adrenal assets get the heart rate. Oh, you're up there 170 beats per minute. You lost all your finer motor skills, all your complex motor skills, and all you have is gross motor skills. That's why in the street or in the bar that you see people fighting, throwing their arm, closing their eyes, and then afterwards they tell you they're doing 20 years martial arts, they're a champion.